Most people still think social media became dangerous because people spend too much time on it. But that was never the real shift. In 2023, researchers including addiction scientist Luke Clark published work showing that unpredictable rewards trigger stronger behavioral responses than consistent ones. It is the same mechanism used in gambling systems, casino slot machines, and behavioral conditioning experiments dating back decades. Today, that same mechanism quietly sits underneath TikTok feeds, Instagram reels, YouTube shorts, notifications, and infinite scroll. The term is variable reward, and once you understand it, a lot of modern life suddenly starts making uncomfortable sense. Because the strange feeling millions of people now describe, the numbness, the detachment, the inability to focus, the sense that memories blur together and nothing feels emotionally vivid anymore, may not be random at all. It may be the predictable outcome of spending years inside systems designed to keep the brain chasing uncertainty. Every swipe carries the possibility of something better. A new message, a shocking video, validation, outrage, humor, attention, status. Most of the time, the reward is mediocre. But occasionally, something hits perfectly, and that unpredictability is exactly what keeps people scrolling. Social media did not replace real life all at once. It replaced boredom first, then attention, then conversation, then memory itself. And later in this video, we are going to come back to the exact psychological mechanism that turned normal human interaction into an endless behavioral loop. Because neuroscientists eventually discovered the brain reacts more strongly to uncertain rewards than guaranteed ones, and modern platforms were built around that principle almost perfectly. For most of human history, social life moved at human speed. A conversation ended when people walked away. A story spread slowly across towns. Reputation formed over years, sometimes generations. Human beings experienced social feedback in limited doses because physical reality imposed limits on communication itself. Ancient Roman forums were physical places. 17th century English coffeehouses became centers of political debate because information still required people gathering together in the same room. Oral storytelling traditions in indigenous cultures depended on repeated face-to-face transmission across generations. Even early newspapers arrived on fixed schedules. There were pauses between information, and those pauses mattered. Humans evolved inside environments where silence, boredom, waiting, and social absence were normal parts of daily life. There was no endless stream of emotional stimulation arriving every few seconds. No algorithm constantly selecting the most emotionally provocative thing available at any moment. Then the 20th century introduced a discovery that would quietly reshape modern attention forever. Behavioral psychologist Burrhus Frederick Skinner became famous for experiments involving pigeons and rats. In one series of reinforcement studies, researchers discovered that animals repeated behaviors far more aggressively when rewards arrived unpredictably instead of consistently. This became known as variable ratio reinforcement. If a reward appeared every single time, the behavior stabilized, but when rewards appeared randomly, the behavior intensified dramatically. The uncertainty itself became addictive. The animal kept pressing the lever because the next reward might arrive at any moment. Decades later, casinos built slot machines around the exact same principle, and eventually, social media companies did too. Not because engineers necessarily set out to create mass psychological dependence from the beginning, but because engagement metrics rewarded the same behavioral patterns again and again. The platforms that captured attention survived. The platforms that did not disappeared. This is one of the most important forms of independent convergence in modern technology. Casinos, gambling systems, behavioral psychology labs, and social media platforms all arrived at the same conclusion separately. Unpredictable rewards hold attention longer than predictable ones. Then neuroscience explained why. Research by Wolfram Schultz and other dopamine researchers later showed that the brain responds intensely to something called reward prediction error. In simple terms, dopamine activity increases not only when rewards arrive, but especially when rewards are uncertain or unexpectedly positive. The anticipation becomes part of the reward, and that discovery would eventually help explain why millions of people now instinctively check their phones hundreds of times per day without consciously deciding to. Because later, neuroscientists discovered that the brain often reacts more strongly to uncertain social rewards than guaranteed ones, and modern feeds turned that principle into the architecture of everyday life. For years, dopamine was misunderstood as a pleasure chemical, but researchers gradually realized dopamine functions more like a motivational and learning system. It helps the brain decide what deserves attention, what should be repeated, and what might matter in the future. That distinction changes everything. Because social media is not simply delivering entertainment, it is constantly training anticipation. Every refresh carries uncertainty. Maybe nothing interesting appears. Maybe something emotionally devastating appears. Maybe someone liked your post. Maybe someone ignored you. Maybe the next video perfectly matches your interests. Maybe it shocks you enough to keep watching another hour. That uncertainty is the engine. Harvard researchers discussing dopamine and reward prediction explained that unexpected rewards often create stronger reinforcement signals than expected rewards. This is why variable reward systems are so behaviorally powerful, and social media platforms became extremely efficient at generating those unpredictable loops. Infinite scroll changed the structure completely. Older forms of media still had endings, television episodes stopped, books had chapters, forums eventually ran out of posts, early internet spaces still contained natural friction. Infinite scroll removed stopping cues entirely. A user no longer reaches completion. The feed simply continues forever. Combined with algorithmic recommendation systems, this created an environment where every swipe becomes a behavioral gamble. The next post might trigger outrage, validation, attraction, fear, curiosity, humor, envy, or social belonging. The brain learns to keep checking because uncertainty never disappears. In 2025, researchers writing about dopamine scrolling for the Royal Society for Public Health described how rapid novelty exposure and constant reward anticipation contribute to compulsive scrolling behavior and attentional fragmentation. And attentional fragmentation may be one of the most important parts of this entire story, because modern feeds force the brain through emotional extremes at unnatural speed. Within 60 seconds, a person might watch a war clip, then a comedy video, then a political argument, a luxury lifestyle post, a tragedy, a breakup, a cooking tutorial, an animal rescue video. No previous human environment exposed the nervous system to emotional switching at this scale. Over time, many people begin reporting the same strange experience. Real life starts feeling slower, flatter, less emotionally vivid than the feed itself. Conversations feel understimulating. Walking outside feels boring. Movies feel too slow. Silence becomes uncomfortable. And the terrifying part is that the system does not need to make people happy to keep them engaged. It only needs to keep them uncertain. If you enjoy exploring how technology quietly reshapes human behavior, Replacify dives into the systems changing modern life, one algorithm at a time. So the real question becomes this: if these mechanisms are openly discussed in behavioral science, neuroscience, and platform design literature, why do so few people understand what is actually happening to their attention in real time? Because once you see the loop clearly, you also start seeing the simple habits that weaken it almost immediately. One of the biggest misconceptions about social media is that the damage comes entirely from screen time. But passive consumption matters far more than most people realize. Researchers consistently distinguish between active interaction and passive scrolling. Messaging someone directly, organizing plans, or intentionally communicating affects the brain differently than endless feed consumption. Passive scrolling turns attention into reaction. The user stops choosing what to engage with. The algorithm chooses for them. And once that becomes habitual, boredom starts disappearing from daily life almost completely. That sounds harmless at first, but boredom historically served an important psychological function. It created space for reflection, memory consolidation, creativity, planning, observation, and spontaneous conversation. Now, the first moment of silence triggers automatic checking behavior. Standing in line, waiting for food, walking alone, sitting in traffic, using the bathroom, lying in bed. The brain reaches for stimulation before boredom fully arrives, and because the stimulation operates through variable reward, the checking behavior reinforces itself constantly. This is why small environmental changes often matter more than dramatic digital detoxes. Removing autoplay changes behavior because it restores stopping points. Turning a phone to grayscale weakens reward intensity by reducing visual stimulation. Disabling non-essential notifications removes unpredictable reinforcement triggers. Physically separating waking up from phone exposure interrupts automatic habit loops before they fully activate. Even something as simple as replacing scrolling with direct communication changes the structure completely. Sending a message to one real person creates a finite interaction. Infinite feeds do not. And one of the most important interventions may be reclaiming uninterrupted attention itself. Reading longer material, taking walks without headphones, allowing moments of silence to remain silent, experiencing events without immediately converting them into content. Because the modern feed trains people to experience life as potential material rather than direct experience. Meals become photos, trips become uploads, conversations become clips, experiences become performances. And here is what most people miss. Variable reward does not only shape attention, it slowly reshapes emotional expectation itself. The brain becomes conditioned to expect constant novelty, constant stimulation, constant emotional switching. Ordinary life starts feeling muted by comparison, which leads directly into the most overlooked consequence of social media, something far deeper than distraction or addiction. It may be changing how human beings form memory and identity altogether. For most of human history, identity formed slowly. People understood themselves through repeated physical experiences, stable communities, geographic familiarity, long-term relationships, and shared routines. Personality developed through continuity. Modern algorithmic feeds interrupt continuity constantly. A person now absorbs thousands of fragmented emotional signals every day from people they have never met, lifestyles they will never live, arguments they were never involved in, and crises happening thousands of miles away. And increasingly, the algorithm decides which fragments become emotionally visible. Recommendation systems do not optimize for truth or meaning. They optimize for engagement. That changes behavior more than people realize. Humor shifts, language shifts, political identity shifts, beauty standards shift, relationship expectations shift, attention spans shift, even memory changes. Many people now remember the feeling of consuming content more vividly than the actual events of their day. Hours disappear into emotionally charged fragments that leave almost no lasting structure behind. And this is where the thumbnail claim starts becoming painfully literal. Nothing feels real because more and more emotional experience now arrives through systems optimized for stimulation rather than lived presence. Reality cannot compete with algorithmic intensity every second of the day. A normal conversation contains pauses. Real relationships involve uncertainty and repetition. Real life contains waiting. Nature moves slowly. Friendships are not optimized for engagement metrics, but algorithmic systems remove friction constantly because friction reduces retention. The result is a strange emotional flattening many people struggle to describe. Life begins feeling observed rather than lived, and once you notice it, you start realizing social media did not simply replace communication. It replaced many of the conditions that once made reality feel emotionally vivid in the first place. At the beginning of this video, we started with a simple assumption: that social media is just another communication tool people happen to overuse. But the deeper truth is far more unsettling. Human beings evolved for finite signals, finite communities, finite attention, finite conversation. Modern platforms introduced infinite social exposure into nervous systems that were never designed for it. And underneath much of that system sits the same mechanism we started with: variable reward. At first, it sounded like a technical term from psychology research, but by now, it means something larger. It is the invisible architecture behind compulsive checking, behind infinite scroll, behind emotional fragmentation, behind the strange numbness many people feel after hours online. The system works because uncertainty keeps attention alive. Maybe the next swipe will matter more. Maybe the next notification changes something. Maybe the next video finally satisfies the feeling the last 100 failed to satisfy. But the loop rarely resolves itself. And slowly, ordinary experiences begin losing emotional texture by comparison. Which is why the solution may start smaller than people expect. Not deleting every app overnight. Not disappearing from the internet completely. Just creating moments where attention belongs fully to reality again. A meal without checking a phone. A walk without stimulation. A conversation uninterrupted by notifications. Silence long enough to feel uncomfortable at first, because after enough time inside variable reward systems, reality can initially feel dull, simply because the brain expects constant uncertainty and stimulation. But when the loop weakens, something strange starts happening. Conversations feel sharper again, Memories last longer. Music sounds fuller. Time slows down slightly. Moments stop dissolving immediately into the feed. And eventually the ordinary world starts feeling emotionally real again. If videos like this make you see technology differently, keep following Replacify, because the systems replacing our world are only getting bigger, faster, and harder to notice.